Deep Cover opens on a quote, the adage that in comedy, as in battle, you must be prepared to die if you want to kill. That is low-hanging fruit for any snarky critics seeking an easy jab. In truth, however, this knockabout action farce neither dies nor kills. Even as its on-screen body count ramps up, it just chugs along enthusiastically for 99 minutes, throwing about a lot of slapstick and a lot of quips, but only intermittently landing an outright laugh. Starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, and Nick Mohammed as desperate improv comics improbably snared up in the London underworld. It's busier than it is funny, more frenetic than dynamic, but watchable enough. The main three improv comedians are pushed to unexpected heights and welcome new depths by Deep Cover's many twists and turns. The main character of Deep Cover is Kat, an American actress in London and improv teacher who is nearing the end of her work visa and hasn't been successful as an actor. When police investigator Billings approaches Kat regarding a sting operation involving improv comedians, Kat enlists two of her pupils, a shy ID professional named Hugh and a self-serious method actor named Marlon, to assist her in carrying out a simple and low-level task for the police. The group stumbles into London's larger criminal underground after a series of unexpected turns, establishing a convoluted crime story that will seem familiar to anyone who has watched a Guy Ritchie movie. As the movie goes on, the individuals in Deep Cover discover their boundaries and the new lengths they will go to in order to survive, and they end up disclosing more and more about themselves. Here are all of Deep Cover's major plot points and how the movie's conclusion might set the stage for a follow-up. The covert work of Kat, Marlon, and Hugh as criminals transition into posing as undercover police officers is one of the major plot twists in Deep Cover. Kat devises a fresh strategy to assist guarantee the fictitious sting operation they were duped into actually takes place when she is caught and tells the authorities the truth. Returning to Fly, who is now acting in the manner of the undercover agents the criminal underworld thinks they are, the three of them make Fly an informant, even guaranteeing immunity for their roles in bringing down Metcalf and the Albanians. It provides each of the three characters a chance to shine, which makes it a great escalation for the crime caper comedy. While Marlon supports Kat rather than attempting to take center stage, Kat is able to create the situation. The most dramatic beat belongs to Hugh, who intimidates Metcalf and helps provoke him into disclosing the whole extent of the cocaine deal. The trio not only avoids capture and saves their own lives by honing their improv techniques throughout the movie, but they also bring down a criminal organization. The fact that Billings' improv undercover sting operation is entirely fictitious is one of Deep Cover's major plot twists, which makes the character a dirty cop and heightens the suspense for the second part of the movie. Billings is shown in the opening act of Deep Cover as a tough but ostensibly reliable character who persuades the three of them to continue exploring the criminal underground. But in the midst of the movie, his dissatisfaction over a haul makes Kat think that Billings is a crooked cop and that there won't be any support. Since Sean Bean plays Billings, the dishonest police officer is the most recent of Bean's characters to pass away on screen. It's a deft turn of events that seems clear in hindsight because it clarifies the enormous amount of latitude Billings had when he hired the three. In order to obtain a retirement fund from their labors, Billings planned to deploy the three as his agents in the criminal underworld, letting them handle all the grunt work. The sole proof that they didn't conduct their actions on their own volition would then be used by him as blackmail. Billings' major reveal sequence is one of the most significant parts of the movie because his unexpected demise only serves to increase the risk. Kat, Marlon, and Hugh are able to charm and deceive the most of the criminals they come across, but Metcalf appears to be immune to them. Metcalf, who is introduced as a crime lord so formidable that even the ordinarily menacing Fly submits to him, is the movie's greatest menace. Fly and the three disrupt Metcalf's attempts to form a cooperation with the Albanian gangs, so he forcibly recruits them to make up for their errors. Following Billings' passing, Metcalf develops an obsession with tracking down the rats who collaborated with him. Metcalf detests the turmoil Fly has brought into his criminal empire and is characterized by his desire for order. Death is a merciless character in a movie with many complex personalities, and he is prepared to face any threats to that stability. In this way, Metcalf is the complete opposite of the essence of improv, which fundamentally encourages chaos and connectedness. In addition to being the movie's most threatening antagonist, Metcalf also serves as a metaphor for a barrier the heroes must go past. After some initial conflicts, the three make friends with Fly and Shosh, the two most likable criminals in Deep Cover, who join their team as part of their undercover operation. Fly and Cat connect, and after learning that he has a daughter in Puerto Rico, they get closer. Shosh builds the main romantic plot of the movie with a startled Hugh, whose naive advances and growing self-assurance bring her closer to him. Even after the three are shown to be rats, Fly spares them, claiming that although he is a criminal, he won't kill for someone as vicious as Metcalf. These empathetic components lead to comparatively pleasant endings for Fly and Shosh. Even if they are both deadly in their own right, the characters are able to come out on top because of their humanity in the face of more obvious dangers like Metcalf. Fly has immunity because to his readiness to testify against Metcalf. Cat later notes that he moved to be with his daughter. Shosh doesn't get that agreement, but after she saves them from Metcalf, the three spares her freedom and lets her go. Deep Cover contains a few noteworthy deaths, the majority of which are caused by antagonists. Shosh takes cocaine from the Albanian mob early in the movie, killing a police officer and many thugs. Later, after frightening an assassin named Iceman, the three chase him into the streets, where he is struck by a car. When Billings appears to be threatening her new comrades, Shosh shoots him in the head without fanfare, resulting in the first significant death. This increases the stakes for Cat, Marlin, and Hugh even as it eliminates the threat he posed. The same character is responsible for both of Deep Cover's most significant fatalities. Metcalf is also drawn to it and steps up his hunt for any undercover police officers collaborating with Billings. In the second half of the movie, Metcalf becomes a more active menace in this way. This leads up to Deep Cover's finale, in which the three collaborate with the police to carry out a significant sting operation. Furious, Metcalf shoots Fly without killing him, but Shosh takes him down by shooting him in the back. Notably, the same character is responsible for both of Deep Cover's most significant fatalities.